Enlightenment in Theravada Buddhism, the path to liberation. Travantin Buddhism, often called the teaching of the elders, represents the oldest surviving school of Buddhism. Rooted in the Pali Canon, the earliest complete collection of Buddhist scriptures, Theravada preserves the teachings of the historical Buddha with great fidelity. At the heart of its doctrine lies the goal of nibbana, Sanskrit nirveb, the complete cessation of suffering and liberation from the cycle of birth and death, samsara. Enlightenment, or awakening, is not merely a mystical state but the fruition of a systematic path of ethical conduct, meditation, and wisdom. This essay explores in depth the concept of enlightenment in Theravada Buddhism, its doctrinal foundations, the stages leading toward liberation, the role of the Noble Eightfold Path, the progressive abandonment of defilements, kilesa, and the ultimate attainment of arahantship. It will also contrast Theravada perspectives with broader Buddhist traditions and reflect on the relevance of enlightenment in modern practice. 1. The meaning of enlightenment in Theravada. Enlightenment is defined as the realization of the Four Noble Truths and the direct experience of nibbana. Unlike worldly achievements, enlightenment is not conditioned, impermanent, or dependent on external circumstances. It is an unconditioned state, asakata ditu, the deathless amata, where greed, lobha, hatred, dosa, and delusion, moha, are eradicated. The Buddha himself described enlightenment not as the acquisition of something new, but as the removal of ignorance, avijja. A famous passage in the Sutta Nikaya states, "Just as the great ocean has but one taste, the taste of salt, so too the Dharma has but one taste, the taste of liberation." Thus, the essence of Theravada enlightenment is liberation from suffering, dukkha, and the realization of ultimate peace. 2. The framework of the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths are the foundation upon which enlightenment rests. They are both diagnosis and prescription, the truth of suffering, dukkha. All conditioned existence is marked by impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-self. The truth of the origin of suffering, samudaya, craving ta, hagayaf, rise to suffering, binding beings to the cycle of birth and death. The truth of the cessation of suffering, nirada, the extinction of craving leads to the cessation of suffering, known as nibbana. The truth of the path, magga, the Noble Eightfold Path, is the practical method leading to nibbana in Theravada practice. Enlightenment is the experiential verification of these truths. A stream enterer, Sotanpanna, for example, gains a direct glimpse into these truths, ensuring irreversible progress toward final liberation. 3. The Noble Eightfold Path, the road to enlightenment. The Noble Eightfold Path serves as the central roadmap in Theravada Buddhism. It balances ethical living, mental cultivation, and wisdom. Right view samdhyasi, understanding karma, rebirth, and the Four Noble Truths. Right intention sakapa, cultivation of renunciation, non-hatred, and harmlessness. Right speech vc, avoiding falsehood, harsh speech, gossip, and divisive talk. Right action samkamanta, abstaining from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. Right livelihood samjaka, choosing livelihoods that do not harm other beings. Right effort samvyuma, preventing and abandoning unwholesome states while cultivating wholesome ones. Right mindfulness samsati, practicing awareness through the four foundations of mindfulness, satapa, hana. Right concentration samdhi, developing meditative absorption, jhana, leading to insight. The path is not linear but holistic, with morality, skr, concentration, samdhi, and wisdom, panbi reinforcing each other. 4. The stages of enlightenment. For Arya Phala, Theravada Buddhism identifies 4 stages of enlightenment, each marking progressive liberation from defilements. Streamentara Sotanpanna, the first irreversible stage, where the practitioner eliminates the fetters of self-identity view, doubt in the Dharma, and attachment to rites and rituals. Once, Returner Sakadgumi. At this stage, sensual desire and ill will are weakened, ensuring only one more rebirth in the human realm. Non-returner Angami, the practitioner eradicates sensual desire and ill will, ensuring no return to the human world but rebirth in higher realms, progressing to final liberation. Arahant, the culmination of the path, where all 10 fetters, including craving for existence, conceit, restlessness, and ignorance, are destroyed. The Arahant is fully liberated, free from rebirth. This graduated system highlights Theravada's pragmatic approach. Enlightenment is not instantaneous but unfolds through stages of purification. 5. Meditation and the path of meditation, Bhavon, is central to Theravada enlightenment. It encompasses 2 complementary aspects: samatha, calmness, meditation, cultivation of concentration through objects like the breath, leading to deep states of absorption, jhana; vipassana, insight meditation, direct observation of impermanence, anicca, suffering, dukkha, and non-self. Anat, while samatha provides mental stability, vipassana yields liberating insight. According to the Satipatthana Sutta, mindfulness of body, feelings, mind, and phenomena gradually leads to wisdom that uproots ignorance. 6. The role of morality and monastic discipline in Theravada. Morality, SKU, is the foundation of all progress. Lay followers observe the 5 precepts, while monks follow the Vinaya, a detailed code of discipline. This moral framework ensures a life of harmlessness, simplicity, and integrity, creating favorable conditions for meditation and insight. Unlike Mahayana Buddhism, which emphasizes the Bodhisattva path, Theravada traditionally upholds the Arahant ideal. Yet, both traditions converge on the necessity of ethical purity as the basis of liberation. 7. The experience of Nibbana, Ina, is the culmination of enlightenment in Theravada. It is not a place or a realm, but a transcendent state beyond the conditioned world. The Buddha described it in various ways: the unborn, the unaging, the deathless, the stilling of all formations, the relinquishing of all attachments. Philosophically, Nibbana is the cessation of craving, the extinguishing of the fires of greed, hatred, and delusion. For the Arahant, this realization occurs while still alive, Sopadisesa, Nibbana, and at death they attain the final Nibbana without remainder. Anup, Disasani enlightenment in Seraph. These Mahina, while both Theravada and Mahayana affirm enlightenment as liberation from suffering, their emphases differ. Theravada highlights individual liberation through arahantship, whereas Mahayana emphasizes the bodhisattva ideal of seeking enlightenment for all beings. Yet, these should not be seen as mutually exclusive. Theravada texts also acknowledge the path of the Bodhisattva future Buddha, while Mahayana likewise values personal liberation as part of universal awakening. The diversity underscores Buddhism's adaptability to varied temperaments and cultural contexts. 9. Modern relevance of Theravada enlightenment, contemporary times. Theravada Buddhism has spread globally, influencing meditation movements in Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Practices like Vipassana retreats, derived from Theravada traditions, have introduced millions to mindfulness and insight meditation. While many modern practitioners may not seek full arahantship, the principles of Theravada enlightenment, ethical living, mindfulness, and wisdom remain profoundly relevant. They provide tools for dealing with stress, cultivating compassion, and living with greater clarity in an uncertain world. 10. Challenges and misunderstandings. Common misunderstanding is that enlightenment is unattainable or requires renunciation of worldly life. Theravada acknowledges that while monastic life offers optimal conditions, lay people too can progress significantly. Many lay disciples in the Pali Canon attain stream entry or even arahantship. Another challenge lies in reducing Theravada enlightenment to psychological well-being. While mindfulness practices benefit mental health, enlightenment transcends mere stress reduction. It represents radical liberation from the cycle of rebirth itself. Conclusion and enlightenment in Theravada Buddhism is the realization of nibbana, the complete cessation of suffering and liberation from samsara. It unfolds through the framework of the Four Noble Truths, the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path, and the progressive abandonment of the attainment of arahantship represents the highest ideal, embodying freedom, wisdom, and peace. Though ancient in origin, Theravada's vision of enlightenment continues to inspire seekers across the world. It offers not only a doctrine, but a practical path, inviting practitioners to verify truth through their own experience. Ultimately, enlightenment is not distant or abstract. It is the very potential for liberation that lies within each human heart.